I'm going to show you some rolling, working the lower half of the body, and we'll start with the feet. So take the spiky and then start applying pressure into the ball, working on the arch and then the centre part of the foot. And then you'll obviously do the other side and then come down, work your calf. So if you start just above the Achilles, turn the foot out slightly and come down the side. And then on the central part. And then turn your foot in, come down the more inner part. And you want to do that about 3 times. And then we'll come onto the ball. And first make some circles just around the sit bone here. If you have any tightness, just sit and hold and breathe into it. Just let your hips sink into it. And then start to move again. And then next we'll do hamstrings. You probably want about 2 minutes doing this. And then onto the hamstring, sit up and get the ball off the glute onto the hamstring attachment. Straighten the leg and then just forward fold over the top of the leg. Pause and hold. Now your other leg, you can either leave it up or bend it down and just work your way forward. A little bit of movement if you want, a little bit of side movement. And again, you probably want, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes on the hamstring. You can come all the way down to the knee, just above the knee, not on the knee joint. And try turning the foot out and coming down the more lateral side of the hamstring here. And then you might want to do a little bit more central. And probably 3 or 4 times coming back here onto the main glute muscle here. And then we'll go onto the side of the hip. So you come down onto forearm and then use your legs bent just to support you as you come around here onto the glute medius minimus, the TFL here. And this can be a really, really tight area for some people, so just give it time, however long you want. And then again, if you've got tightness, just pause and hold, sink into it. And then from here, we're going to go on to the hip flexor here. So roll yourself round and just bend this leg for a bit of support. Pull yourself forward and then just let it sit where the leg has a crease. And try not to you don't want this sinking down like this. Keep it slightly raised. Just breathe here, body weight on it. Hold it here on the hip. Just probably, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes, something like that. And then we're going to get into the quad. So army crawl yourself forward down the central part and then push back up towards the hip. And then turn your toe in and come down the more lateral side and then push back up to the hip. Take your time, nice and slow and steady. And then you probably want to work this again 2 minutes, a little bit more inner, hold it on the groin area some more if you need to. Just relax into it as much as you can. Sometimes you can feel this around the back of the pelvis as you hold it here. And then the last thing I'm going to show you on the legs is inner thigh. So you want to open your leg out wide, place it quite high up in the groin, and then just hold it there. Make sure your leg is at an angle, and just breathe into it. A little bit of movement if you want, and hold it there for about a minute. I'm obviously going to rush. Move yourself over as you come down the inner part of the leg. Make sure that you're not collapsed in the hip, so the other leg holds you up, so you're working your core at the same time. Give that some time. And then coming onto the knee. I'm just going to move it. So make sure it's on the knee joint, and then once you're here, just make some circles with that knee. And then one big push all the way from the knee joint up the inner thigh, all the way back up. And again, if you want to hold a bit of more hip work and resting into it, letting the leg relax a little bit more, you can do. And of course you can work onto the side some more, and even do a bit of ITB if you feel like it. So straighten the legs. This is using core as well as you push yourself all the way down. Take your time. Take your time. And then coming back up to the side of the hip. And that's it. And then repeat on the other leg.